When somebody brings something up,
It's just an opportunity to fight about something.
Discuss.
Yeah, we're not fighting. Okay, the next item under unfinished business is a letter that was placed on your desk tonight. Karen drafted the letter to go to the Board of Commissioners. We did find in the next to last paragraph, in the short amount of time since Mr. Pelletier has been with Cheboygan County, she has an extra "the" in there.
What's that? I missed. I'm sorry.
The letter,
Okay.
okay. The next to the last paragraph, first line, she has an extra "the" in there.
oh, yeah.
The only comment I have is one that we discussed just a little bit. I think we should refer to, I think we should get a letter started that starts out with what we, who made the motion and what we talked about at the last meeting, and then refer to this other letter that never got to them. So both of these are in at the same time. Because this says August 1st, 2018. And
That we made the motion.
Yeah,
They
but-
never got that letter?
No,
no.
that resolution was never produced and sent to the Board of Commissioners. The only communication in regards to that was when I went back to the Board of Commissioners and told them that this was going to be coming their way, and they never received anything.
So my recommendation would be to, this is a good letter, but let's start out with a meeting on such and such a date, motion by Johnson, approved by me, whoever it was, and then include this letter so they know that this is the second time we at least talked about this.
Yep.
And it's important to us. Just an idea.
I agree.
If we're doing this,
Karen made the motion last time around, and me supported it, so.
I think in this letter, if we use the same wording, but this last line should be 2 sentences. After meeting should be a period.
Okay.
Please consider this request at your next meeting, period.
Yep.
And as you're going through it, if you see anything, let Deb know, and we'll get it together. The other thing is how would the Planning Commission like to either present this to the Board of Commissioners at one of their Board of Commissioners meetings as a group, or send a representative from the Planning Commission to the Board of Commissioners, or have it submitted through staff?
I think it's always submitted through staff before, unless somebody wants to do it, I think that.
Unless it doesn't get through.
Yep.
I would volunteer.
I'm not, is that a good precedent though, that I'm just worried that, they might expect somebody each time we do something. We haven't done it before, but if you want to do it, I sure have no problem
Well,
with it.
I think the proper way to do it is
It's
through staff.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Anytime we come up with any amendments or anything, it always goes through staff to the commissioners, and I think this should be the same way.
My only concern with that is that obviously the last letter didn't get put through to the Board of Commissioners, so I have a concern about that, no follow through. The other thing that comes to my mind is that this is actually something that the Planning Commission is doing. It doesn't have really anything to do with staff. It's our concerns about staff. So I don't want the Board of Commissioners thinking it's coming from staff at all.
I think the substance of the letter makes that clear.
I think it's pretty pointed that we made the motion and support, it's the second time we've done it, and, you know, if we don't get anywhere, we'll nominate you to the board and beat them up a little bit.
No, it doesn't get there. I'll call Mr. Wallace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it should go to staff.
At least
And
the
you
first time.
can say that the problem may be with staff. I'm not sure that the problem was with our staff.
I don't know where the problem was. The letter didn't get through originally.
Yeah, but
The problem is not with staff, the problem is with staffing.
That could be too.
It's semantics, but it's,
But no, it should go through staff, which is the right way to do anything with the board
and
of
there
commissioners.
can be problems. And you've got the
Oh, yeah.
thing going to the State Supreme Court, the question, and the Attorney General is arguing both sides of the issue. So, you know.
And Madam Chair, if
that's
I may, just to elaborate for those who maybe aren't familiar with the process, once a final iteration of the letter is drafted, then it would be included in the packet for the next Board of Commissioners meeting. Mr. Lawson, County Administrator, would obviously be forwarded a copy of the letter. It would be included in the packet and then presented by either one or more of you, or likely Mr. Lawson would present the item to the board. So just...
It would probably go in, I don't know, giving it to Jeff, I would ask that it not be included in their consent agenda.
Right.
Their consent agenda is everything.
You think it should be just a special agenda?
I think it should be a separate
Separate
item.
from that, yes.
Yes,
it ought to be a specific agenda item.
right.
If it's a consent agenda, many times to save time in a meeting, they just, does anybody
Approve
want
the
to,
whole
and
thing
they
and-
pass on the consent and
Yeah.
it's
I
not
would like it
discussed.
separate.
Anybody want to discuss one of these consent items? Otherwise, we'll approve the rest of them. And
Right.
Exactly, that's how it goes.
And I don't want this in that.
All right, duly noted.
Agree.
I'll pass that on.
I would propose that, since we're revising this letter to cover both the old letter that didn't get sent and this current motion, both motions, that we make sure it's on our agenda with a revised letter for the next meeting, which will be the first meeting next month, or our revision, or whatever.
If we do it on the 7th, it can be on the Commissioners' 13th.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Now, does this have to be advertised?
As far as I know,
No.
no.
It's correspondence between us and the Board of Commissioners.
But it's a good
So-
start to the letter, and we gotta move
We
it.
can make the corrections to it if there's any corrections the next time,
Just say it.
and just send it,
Yeah,
as long as we approve it. Good.
that's why if it's done by the 7th for us to review, and then the Commissioners' next meeting would be the following week on the 13th. And it shouldn't be a problem adding a letter to their agenda.
And typically, again, if I may, Madam Chair, the Board of Commissioners packets are pulled together the Friday before the meeting.
That's why
So,
if
yeah.
we take care of it on Wednesday, there shouldn't be a problem with them getting it. Okay,